Hey YouTubers, Steven here. How's everybody's day going? Saturday morning, it's sunny, it's beautiful. The past week and a half it's been more like spring than winter here in Nova Scotia. But this morning, in the Cool Brewing brewery, we're going to do an all-grain batch of beer. Local craft brewery here, Garrison Breweries, has an annual beer competition every year. So this year's style is a weizen. So I did some research. I may have pronounced weizen wrong. I've seen some things online where it's weizen. Could be. Anywho. Yeah, so where was it? Okay, yeah. Homebrew competition. I haven't been in one yet, so I thought, you know what, I've got enough time this year. It's an all grain. Seems like a fairly straightforward style to brew, so I did some research. Spent some time on Beersmith, you know, playing with some grains and some malts, and I've come up with a recipe that I think is it's going to turn out fairly well. So time will tell, and that's what a competition is about, right? So get my grains, get some hops, yeast is in the fridge. Let's get our water heated up so we can start mashing in our grains. Alright, here we go. 14.5 liters at 70 degrees Celsius. That's our strike temperature. We're going to add in a tablespoon of pH 5.2. Get some of these grains in here. Like I said, this is a fairly simple recipe. It's 3 kilograms of wheat malt and 2 kilograms of 2-row pilsner malt. That's it. And then in the boil, we're going to do 1 ounce of hallertauer hops, and that'll be at 30 minutes. I think I got her all. Oh, there's still a few in there. Alright. Give this a good stir here. Make sure we don't have any dough balls. It's feeling all pretty good. Okay, we're going to set our timer. I almost said sleep timer. We're going to set our timer for 75 minutes. And I'm going to get a temperature reading for this, just to see if we're right on with our sparge temperature of, I think it's 65 degrees Celsius. Alright, 63 degrees Celsius is our steeping temperature. Get the lid on. We'll come back in 75 minutes. Alright, I'm pretty happy with this. It still has a little bit of a cloud with it. I mean, that's typical for this type of beer, so I'm not seeing any large pieces of sediment or anything, so I think I'm just going to let it run out. And the batch sparge is a two-step process. It's 10.5 liters. Drain, and then another 10.5 liters. So I'll probably put 10 minutes sit time in between. I don't think I really need to show the batch sparge, but and conversely, my end of mash was the same temperature as the start of my mash at 63 degrees Celsius. So I didn't lose a degree, and it was only off by 1 degree of what my initial mash temperature should have been. Should have been 64. So 1 degree shouldn't be bad. So okay, so here's a little recap. I did my batch sparge. I did it in 2 stages. I did it, where's my paper? I did it 10 liters of water at 75 degrees Celsius. Once I poured it in, I let it rest for 10 minutes. Then I did the drain. Then I had another 10 liters that I poured in, gave it a 10-minute rest, gave that a drain, and then the pot went on the boil. Let me tell you, I need a bigger pot if I make this again, because it's probably about, yeah, 1.5 inches maybe from the top. So I had the lid in one hand to wave, and I had the water bottle in the other to squirt, 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 you know, but I managed to get it all together. I did the boil. I almost ran out of propane. Oh heavens, it's been a long day. But I've got my wort. Judging by what I poured into the bucket, looking at my measurements, it's about 23.5 liters. So pretty good, pretty good. I wasn't sure I was going to boil off all that wort. I started out with, oh, what is it here? 28.5 liters of wort. So it was a pretty big boil, but I just had a little taste. My original gravity is going to be 1.054. So I've got my smack pack, nice and fluffy. How long this has actually been sitting out about 4 hours since I smacked it, and it's nice and tight. I'm using the Belgian Abbey yeast again. Now this is a weizen, and I could have went with a weizen yeast, but I really don't like clove, to be honest. But the Belgian Abbey will give me the bubblegum flavor and the banana flavor. Make sure I don't get the yeast pack in there. Alright, there we go. So, hopefully I won't be penalized on using the Belgian Abbey and not having any clove. But after a lot of thought, I figured, you know what, I really don't like clove. And the bottom line is, and I don't know, right or wrong, you can let me know in my comments below, but I'm brewing for me. So if I don't like it and I'm not happy with it, then I don't want to have to drink 23 liters of a batch of beer that I'm not happy with that I made. So overall, I think most home brewers brew for themselves and hope to come up with something really great. So that's what I'm hoping here. Time will tell. Once it gets fermented out and I bottle condition it, I'll try it, taste it, and if I think it's worthy to go into the Garrison Homebrew off, it will be there. We're back, everybody. We're going to do a review. Now, I filmed this back in, wait a minute, I can tell you exactly when I brewed this. Brew date, January 18th is when I brewed this. This is now May 5th. So I'm a little late getting to the review. I actually thought I had the review already done when I was going to edit this, and then realized I didn't, so I had to throw a bottle in the fridge. This is like my third last bottle that I have, so it's quite precious, it's quite good. It'd be kind of interesting to see how this actually turned out, so let's hear our carbonation. That was a lame bottle open, Stephen. Alright, the pour. There we go. So in the competition, I came 11th out of 76. So for my first beer competition, I'm pretty pleased. I gotta stop looking at myself in the screen over here. I gotta look at you. You are the important one. Right, so it's kind of cloudy, right? I mean, that's typical for the style. Not much head. but it does have some nice bubblegum notes to it. You know, there's a light wheaty whiff, if you will, but you know, it smells delicious. So cheers. 17, everyone. It's delicious. There's you get the banana flavors with it, and I find it a little creamy myself, but definitely a beer that you could have a few on a hot summer day and not bother you. It's very light. I can't even quite describe the aftertaste, but there's a little banana there, maybe a little bubble gum as well. But I am definitely going to make this again. But with the judges, looking back after reading their comments, there was one fella here said it was very enjoyable. Could use a little more yeast character in putting in clove. I kind of figured I'd probably get dinged on that. And I mean, that was 38 out of 50. And then the next one was well-crafted weizen without serious flaws. They did recommend carapils for head retention. I should have thought of that because with the wheat itself, doesn't give you a lot of head. Now, the one thing, he thought I should have a little more wheat to give it a little more of a bready or biscuity taste, but my overall score was 36 on that one. And this judge said it was a nice beer, but basically was saying it was lacking the clove, and that was 37. So all in all, you know, it was good constructive criticism. It was a lot of fun, and I got some free beer and a t-shirt out of it, so hey, why not? Anyways, folks, I'm not going to keep you any longer because Dar just got home from work, and well, this is a fine beer that needs to be enjoyed. So thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers, 17, and hope you have a great week.